Good morning, traders. Richard here doing a quick Ethereum update using Ichimoku clouds. Now, the downside risk with Ethereum is we're very far extended from the top end of the cloud, so Ethereum is busy with a much needed consolidation. The first key level to watch out for is a support test of this front end cloud chart level, which we now got here. You can see there, managed to rebound from that front cloud support zone. The other two levels to watch out for is this standard line here let me just draw it, 3287. That's the standard line of the cloud, and then the top end of the cloud here on a weekly, this level of 280 to 2834, this support zone there. But price action is still above the top end of the cloud, so that's overall bullish. Any price action below the cloud here, at the bottom end of the cloud here, would be bearish. So the long-term trend is still very much intact, with consolidation risk to the front end of the cloud here, as well as the turning standard line of the cloud on the weekly basis. So there's downside risk to these levels. But so far, so good. Did manage to get a rebound from the front end of the cloud. Will be interesting to see if it's going to be retested or not. And but we are still quite extended from the top end of the cloud here, so there is still further downside risk in Ethereum. Now let's turn to the daily to get a better idea what's going on. So we can see we did get a fantastic rebound from the bottom end cloud chart support level here. This bottom end of the cloud is a major support zone. Now, key levels to watch out for, if we just put the lines in here, let me just get a horizontal line in there. So this bottom in the cloud is a major support zone. This cluster of support is very close to this old highs here, so we can expect these levels there to also be a key support zone. Let's put a line in the old highs there. So that's the cluster of support. It's managed to rebound from these levels for 3 times now, and did dip below the bottom in the cloud here, but managed to quickly rebound from that level. So there's downside risk to these levels again, 95.52 as well as 38.150. Now there's great swing trade opportunities when it retests these bottom in cloud chart support levels. So there are swing trade opportunities in and around these levels, but we're still not out the woods yet. Can see further downside if we take out these lows to the bottom end of the cloud. So that's the downside risk, but there are plenty of swing trade opportunities. First trade from that 39.52, the next trade from this level of 38.10. Massive divergence between the price action and MACD a little bit. So there's been a cloud chart sell signal up at the top of the cloud here. This comes soon after the MACD sell at the top end there. So there is some downside risk. The upside resistance targets now is the top end of the cloud. Yeah, it's that line there is the upside resistance target. So if we rebound from these levels, 39.52 as well as 38.04, then the upside resistance targets would be these levels there. But so far, price action is still above the bottom end of the cloud. So the long-term trend still remains intact. Bit of a downside twist here, the front end of the cloud showing the early warning signals that maybe there's some further downside to come, so be aware of that. But we are getting closer to key support zones, rebound potential zones here between 39, make it 39.50 and 3800 there. So watch out for a potential rebound from those key levels. Turning to the 4-hour chart to get a better idea what's happening intraday. You can see very choppy trade here from Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. You would have been stopped out a few times buying the cloud crosses, for example. Yeah, there's a buy signal there, and then a sell, another sell there, another buy there. So a bit of a choppy trade. Clouds don't particularly work well in sideways moving markets, so be aware of that. So when that happens, just zoom out a little bit, go to the daily to get a bit of a better picture. Price action on the 4-hour is below the bottom end of the cloud, so it's still bearish, and we can see these support levels come from the daily charts. Now we know these are potential rebound zones, and then the upside targets would be this resistance zone there at the top end of the cloud here at 41.78, and the next resistance zone is that level there, 43.52. Sorry. So these are the upside resistance targets. So we ideally want Ethereum to break past this cloud chart resistance level, and that would be another beautiful buy signal, more on the conservative side, but there are swing trade opportunities from these two levels back up to the bottom end of the cloud, and ultimately the cloud cross, which will then activate this resistance level there. The old cloud chart resistance is 45.32, and then the ultimate old higher 47.75. These are the upside resistance targets on the 4-hour. Now, levels to watch out for on the 4-hour from old cloud chart, we call them cloud chart shadow levels. It's this old level here, top in the cloud there. That bottom end level there, you can see that's been tested. Very old cloud chart shadow level there, so watch out. So we are approaching key rebound zones. If support fails there, we could see this level being tested, 3806, which we now know is the bottom end of the daily cloud. And if it dips below there, then we could see these levels, 3673, being tested. That cluster of support there, 3794, as well as the bottom end of the cloud there at 6770. There we go. 3673. There we go. So watch out for these levels to the downside. These are downside risk on the 4-hour chart. But let's go see what they're doing on the hourly, the daily one. So you can see these are the downside risk levels. But so far so good. Still above the bottom in the cloud. So there are swing trade opportunities when it gets to these key support levels. And if we slice through the bottom in the cloud, then the outlook will change to bearish on the daily. But so far, still bullish with potential rebound from the bottom end cloud chart levels back up to the top end of the cloud. So that's the trading range. We're buying these swing trade, these support tests here with the upside resistance targets at the front end of the cloud there, and then the ultimate top end of the cloud there. But we're not out the woods yet. Ethereum can still test the bottom end cloud chart levels. We are testing major old lows here. So there is potential for a swing trade from these levels of 39.58. But ideally, you'd like to pick up some more trades at 38.10. And if we get a bearish outlook there, there's possibility for a test of that level if there's significant weakness. But watch out for these two levels for swing trades, 39.46 as well as 38.10. The trend is still intact with price actions above the bottom in the cloud. But be aware of that. As soon as we dip below the bottom in the cloud, that will change the outlook from bullish to bearish. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.